All right, let's go over some Design Center. So Design Center is a part of your Remax subscription that you have for doing exactly what it says. It is really is for designing marketing content. Now, this can be social media, this can be print, this can actually, and I'm going to show you, can be video or website as well. So I'm going to, let me turn off my camera because I'm distracting myself here and minimize that. And then let's get started. So everybody should know how to get to your BoldTrail. Now, just so you know, KB Core has changed their name to BoldTrail. So now, I'm going to probably still call it KB Core, but after a little while, it's probably end up going to be BoldTrail for me because I'm going to see it so much. But this is now BoldTrail. And we're looking for a design center, and it's going to be the exact same place. So if we go down here, we log into remax.net. We've got our Max Tech powered by BoldTrail. Now there's two different ways that you can get to Design Center from here. One, you can use the new search bar, which is pretty nice up here, or you can go down here to marketing. So if I go to marketing, that brings me to several of the marketing things that are here. I can go directly to Design Center. I do like the new search feature up here because you can look for people and it'll show you any of the things that you have available. So like you all have video that's available. I can go here to Design Center and it's going to bring me directly into Design Center. Now, this looks very similar to the way it was before. There's a couple of things that have changed, but really it's just aesthetically, it's changed up a little bit. But let's start with just how to create something. So first, if we look down here, we're going to see the different options we have for creating content. We're going to see all media. We're going to see print, social media, video, website, and saved designs. Now, saved designs is anything that you've worked on before that you saved. But let's just create our first piece. Yeah, I'm recording, right? Yeah. So let's just get straight into it and just create something. So let's say we're wanting to create just something for print right now. Now this could be something, let's say, we'll get to the listing stuff here in a second, but let's say you wanted to create something for yourself. You wanted to just create a little, maybe an about you. Well, if you go into flyer designs, I can look right here and I can start scrolling and looking for different things, or I can go to view all. So let's go here to agent highlights. So I'm going to click on this and my design is going to pop up here on the left side. Now on the right side, I have some options, but let's let our flyer pop up. All right, so here we've got a flyer. Now, obviously, some of the stuff is about me. I've got my information right here, but nothing else is really about me. But here's how we can change this up. And Mary Frances is in the room now. See, here's where I saw the print with Express Docs. So I don't know if there's a shortcut to Express Docs, but for the print content, you can get to it from here. But I've never used Express Docs or Express Docs. So if you can show me, that'd be great. But let's change up this design. Now, something we could do is if we want to change something on here, all we have to do is just click it. So from right here, I can change the text on here from your luxury agent to basically anything I want. So let's say your social media guru. It's going to have the name in there. Now, let's say if I want to change this font or the color or anything like that up, I can actually go up here to the top and I can change the size of that. I can also change the color. And so if I want this to be red to match with the Remax, bring this right here. I've got my picture in here now. Now let's say this graphic right here, this image, this maybe wouldn't make sense for, social media guru. So I'm going to once again click this image. I'm going to hit swap image. Now, rather than choosing my own image, I may look for some stock photos. So whenever I come here, I'm going to see there's some images up here. Let's look for something like a lifestyle. And let's see here. These are kind of slow to load right now. Let's just choose this just for the heck of it. So I'm gonna choose that one and I'm gonna insert the file. It'll take just a second. And then once it's added, we can then look at changing up some other things. While that's loading, let's zoom in here. We're going to scroll down. Bring that up. The image and switch did it. Let's try it again. Swap image. Let's look at corporate images or something here. All right, I don't know if it's the internet back here or what, but everything's been super slow. Let's just try. I don't know what this image is. Oh, there we go. Okay, our image uploaded. It might have just tried to change it. But now we can go in and we could do things like changing any of this up. So all I have to do is tap on here, go through, delete, put in whatever information I want. Once I'm done, I can go down to the bottom and I can hit save and I can download this as well. So if you download this, remember this is print. With bleed and canvas size, what does this mean? With bleed is just, it's just whenever a company is actually going to print this out, they leave what is called a bleed line. Is basically for the colors to kind of run over a little bit. If you're just going to print this yourself or just email it, you can just do it canvas size. I'm going to hit download now. And then once my download is done, I'm not sure where it's at. I can exit out of here and I'm all done. Where did my download go? So now let's look at creating something different. So we've got our print media. If you look, you've got several designs here. And you're going to see on the flyer designs, you actually have 90 different designs you can go through. On the postcard design, you've got 182. All right, here we go. So now it's popped up. So now if we want to change this, it's the exact same thing. We just got to swap the image. But on this, you want to make sure and watch because you're going to create this postcard. You've got a page 1 and a page 2. So make sure you're clicking on page 2. And that's where you're going to have the information for sending out your postcard. But we can also do brochures. Let's go to this brochure right here. Now here's where it can get kind of interesting because for getting started, what's going to ask, it isn't giving us the graphic right now. It actually wants us to enter something in first. If you look to the right here, you're going to see MLS ID. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put in the beginning of an address. And this is Jeremy's listing, 649 Joe Snedeker Road. And this is actually going to pull from the MLS. So it's going to pull all the information that Jeremy has for his listing. So now I can go in. So let's say, it's just listed, but let's say he's actually going to be doing an open house. I can actually change that to open house. I've got my images, but let's change up some of these images because we want to be able to see maybe a little bit of the interior of the house. So just like we did before, we're going to click on the little icon. We're going to swap image, but instead of us uploading images or using the stock or corporate images, these images actually pull from the MLS. So we can now start inserting images just like this. So we're going to insert that file. Let's change this one. Let's do this. And then we'll just leave that one. We can then go in and change up the information. So let's say you are going to do an open house for somebody else. You can actually go in and you can pull up their information and put that you're going to be hosting the open house. So right here, you could actually put, hosted by your name, but presented by or listed by Jeremy. Now, once I'm done with that, I can look over on the right side and you'll see I have a couple of different options. I've got the listing address, of course. I've got number of photos. I've got this. Now, I just went in and typed in open house, but I could have just selected one of these and it would change it for me automatically. Down here, don't worry about changing any of this up for company. Something you could do is you can add a co-agent. So if I wanted to add a co-agent, so maybe you're going to create this for somebody who's going to host an open house for you. And if you notice, it puts Mary's information in there and mine is still in there. Now, number of photos, you may say, wait a minute, 10 photos, where the other 10 photos at? Well, remember the example of the last one. We've got a page 1 and a page 2. So this brochure has a second page. So make sure you click on that page 2. And you're going to see the listing information and even more photos. So make sure you pay attention whether it has page 1 or page 2. Now this one I can't change up. There's a couple of the templates that you can choose the number of photos, but some of these are already set up as far as the number of photos that are going to be listed. But once I'm happy, I can just go in and I can download this, or I can print with Express Docs. Now remember, this is printing, so the social media stuff is going to look a little bit different.
And with Express Docs, how quickly do they mail out? Like if I was gonna do a brochure, how, like, let's say I started working on it Monday for an open house on Sunday, will they ship it to me here within a certain number of days? Do you know?
Mary Frances has had it done, so.
Well, I did it to like a neighborhood. I think they sent 5 to 7 days to the neighborhood.
But it could, which, do you think a brochure would ship to me here? Then
Yeah,
that's
I've
probably
done
what I
that.
would
I would
want.
think so.
I have not had that done. I just printed it. I usually wait too late, and so I just printed it myself. Or I'll download and send it over to, like UPS, or I've got a FedEx account.
Now on the Express Docs, can you choose where you can farm an area with Express Docs? So that's great information. So
It's my home address and a radius.
Yeah.
Okay.
1 mile radius.
So Mary Frances has created something like this, but she uses the Express Docs. And whenever she uses this, she said that she used it to farm a neighborhood. So rather than you going and downloading this and taking it somewhere and printing and then dropping off, you can actually send this directly to Express Docs and let them mail it out and farm for
And
you.
those codes work. I've used those codes at the bottom to
Yep.
get that discount.
And the codes work every time?
It's a
What
one-time
does it
use.
say?
Okay.
What time use?
Okay,
But I think we do get a discount.
Mhm.
so that's definitely good information.
I used it for just. for
And then you can
cards.
tell it like, a max number that you want to send it to. So if you have a budget set up, you can say, I only want up to 300 or something.
Okay.
Yeah, I did mine just for $99, and it did.
Well, let me just click that and let me see. I want to see what it looks like now. What was 949? What was Joe Sediger?
Isn't it right there? Yeah. I didn't need her.
There we go, 649. Let's see what this looks like whenever we actually click the print with Express Docs.
They do give you options, which I had never done it before, so Rachel and I did it one day in the office.
Okay, let's go in here.
Super.
See what the
They
options
do
are
literally
called,
all the work
'cause-
for you. I was so happy.
Cause I've wondered that about brochures, if I did them early enough, if I could get them. But I
And
have
all my
done-
neighbors started sending me pictures once they got the car. They're like, oh, your car.
That's so sweet.
Mhm.
Let's see
All
what
right,
the
so
options are, cause mine, I could put a budget in there. Who's LAPA on?
Leanne is watching on Zoom.
Oh, okay.
All right, this is being super slow. So, all right, I'm gonna get out of this because this takes too long for me. So that's how we create our print media. Let's go into social media. Very similar. You've got a lot of the same things. Now, if you look, you've got for main feed designs, you have less social media designs, but it's set up exactly like our print design. So if I go in here, using the exact same example, I'm gonna go to Joe Snedeker. And then once this pops up, we know exactly what to do here. We can change any of this information up. We can change the images, but we do have some different options or different actions here on the right side. We can share on social media. We can download it. We can share this via email, share it via text message, or copy the link. So if I want to send it, share via text message, it's actually pulling up my KV Core CRM, and I can choose who I want to send this to. So if I wanted to send this to Tyann, I can actually text this to her. If I don't know what to say, I can actually ask it to generate a text for me. So let's say the prompt I want, let Tyann know about listing she might be interested in. And then let's hit generate. And here we go. Hi, it's going to pull Tyann's name automatically. I found a listing you might like. Check it out, listing address. Let me know if you want more details. I can then hit send, and it's going to send her a link to this graphic right here. But I've got several different social media designs here. So I can do the main feed design, which would be more for Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. You can put this on Instagram as well. But really, Instagram really kind of utilizes a square design. Now, there's a lot more. If you'll notice, there's a lot more square designs than there are the main design feeds. So if you want to find something in here, you may have to scroll a little bit. Now, I've tried using, there's a search button. I've tried using it, but I found sometimes it to be a little inconsistent. So you might have to go through and just kind of scroll. So let's say, like, all right, thought I saw something I wanted. Let's say we now have the square version of the just listed. Well, I can go in 649. Then once this pops up, exact same thing. Notice it's only got one page. We don't have a page 2, but I can then download this graphic, share it via email, send it via text, copy link, share it on social media. So we can go down a little bit more. Let's go back to our social media. If you look, we do have story designs as well. So if you want to do an Instagram, Facebook, or TikTok video story, you've got these options. If you want to create a web band designer or web banner design or an email signature, you can create an email signature here as well. Make sure there's nobody in the waiting room. Nope. All right. Now, what about on video? Well, you can actually create a video. So we all know how important video is for our listings and just marketing content. If you want to market this listing, you can actually create a listing video right here. So if I go and I click on this, the exact same thing we've seen before. Let's go to 649. Now this one takes a little bit longer, but it's going to start processing the images, and you can see all of our images are pulling over. Now, if there's certain images maybe that are duplicate or it's just too many, we can actually hide some of these photos, because I think there's like 60 some images here. Once it loads, I have trouble hiding any. But now I can hide these, I can rearrange these and move them into a sense that to a formula that makes sense for me. Just like before, if we look over on the right side, we've got an option that audio, we can have it play music. We can even do a voiceover. So this is something, it's funny that Jeremy had actually asked me about doing video voiceover on, or doing voiceover on a video. We can actually do a voiceover. We can upload our own recording. So we could play this and we could talk about the listing right here. Once I'm happy with this, I can go over and I can generate the video. Now it's going to email me a link to the video whenever it's done. But something I do want to point out is that we've got the branding here. Now, whenever you put something on the MLS, it has to be unbranded. So if you click on unbranded, It's going to take all of your information off so that's still MLS compliant. So that is, that's pretty nice just for creating some video content. Oh, there you go. That's with music. If you want the music. All right, one last thing. So we went over the print, we've went over social media, we've went over video. Let's now show the last one, which I think is pretty cool. Let's go to website. Do you know that you can create a website for each of your listings, its own independent website? So let's go here. We're gonna click on this. The exact same thing we've been doing every time. We put our address in. And we now have a property site just for this listing. Well, it's not letting me scroll down. Okay. Once I'm happy with that, which I wonder why it won't let me scroll. Okay. We can do the exact same thing. We can share it on social media. Let's just view the website and see what it looks like. So whenever we click on view website, here is the website for our listing. If you notice up here, it's going to go directly to your version of the website. You've got all the information. You've got the photos. You've got a map. Your information will be down here. For anybody that wants to contact you, they can add it in here. And right here, they can actually go through the gallery of images. So I think this is really nice to have. Once we're done, we can save and view website. Just going to exit out. But that is Design Center really in a nutshell.